like, where do you sleep? I was like, in the truck. She was like, what, do you just like leave the driver's seat back? I was like, what do you think that big part on the back of the truck is?
Yeah.
Like, where do you stay? I was like, what?
What's going on, guys? It's been a minute. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I want to kind of applaud myself. I'm actually early for a stream this time, so usually we are late, like always late. So it actually worked out. Is audio good? Everything's good. Let's see if we got chat on. Live chats. All right. It's going back and forth with Toll Booth saying I'm coming back to Flatbed. I wish I was. All right. What's up, Timothy? Good to see you. So, guys, I'm not even gonna lie. Got James on the truck. You guys might have remember James. Call him the Fuzz.
No, don't do that. Let's not spread that around.
He is the Fuzz. Let's go ahead. We're not going to get the meaning behind it, but he's the Fuzz. So, but I actually trained James flatbed, and he was solo company for a while on flatbed and decided to swap to reefer. So when me and Ange took 2 weeks of home time this last month, she had some stuff she had to stay at home for, and okay, Bubba's on here. She had to stay home and handle some stuff at the house. So James was like, hey man, can I hop on the truck and get my 15K in and like run some miles with you? I was like, yeah, let's do it. So,
which is dumb they made me do that.
It is dumb they made him do that. He's been a solo driver, like a solo driver A seat for like what, almost a year now?
No, like 5 months, 6 months.
5 months, okay. So I'm just getting older in my mind faster than time's actually passing.
I think I started my training with you. I think I started team when it was like October.
Right.
So it's been a minute for sure.
Nice.
I mean, I've got like probably 100,000 miles now.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, guys. I've been just lazy, like just 100% lazy. Like there's been a few videos here and there. I just kind of took a break for a little while, and I know I'm the kind of YouTuber that doesn't pop stuff out every single day. I've never been that guy. I kind of do quality over quantity, but yeah. So it's just been kind of like a hit and miss thing with me. So, but I do appreciate you guys sticking with the stream and sticking with the channel because I do want it to continue to grow. I have not lost interest. There's just a lot of stuff that's just been kind of happening. The 2 weeks of home time, obviously when I go home, I'm pretty much incognito. I don't, I just set my phone down on the refrigerator and forget about it for 2 weeks. So unless my little ones get a hold of it, and then obviously they have the phone, you might actually get them to respond to an email or something. But anyhow, so we're just chilling. We're in Nebraska right now at the Sapp Brothers. Let me show you guys. I did not copy your video, Toll Booth. You are a liar. So we're at the Sapp Brothers in Nebraska. There's the Apple Barrel restaurant. There's our little setup. And oh my God. Hold on, let me flip this mount around. It's just being stupid.
Both sides at the same time.
You don't tell me what to do, boy.
Hey, it's Juneteenth, you can't call me that.
Do what?
It's Juneteenth, you can't call me that.
Oh yeah, whatever. So, let's see some of these comments here real quick. I appreciate it, Peg Leg. Yeah, it's just most YouTubers will say, hey man, guys, I'm gonna take a break for a while. I'm not gonna do this. I just kind of fall off the map. It's just my thing. What's up, Scotty? Good to see you. Timothy. Yeah, Timothy, I do need to get some more priming videos out. I've still got the fuel surcharge video. I'm still analyzing numbers on. There was a lot to do with that. And I almost lost my sheet of my numbers to analyze. So I've got, I think it was 5 weeks we did for the fuel surcharge video, which will be one of the next videos that drop. But when we cleaned the truck out when we went home, I had to go to Freightliner because we actually had a breakdown right before we went home. And I'll tell you guys more about that. There will be a video on that as well. But Angel had grabbed the pad that had the sheet on it when she cleaned the truck out. And she forgot about it. She honestly had no clue about it until I said something to her after I left because I remember I forgot it at the house after I left. Well, she had actually cleaned the garage out. Her and the kids were pressure washing the garage and it actually got wet. We were able to save it, that pad. So those numbers are like, it looks like some kind of like Elder Scroll or something now. So it's like I got to go through it and reanalyze everything and put everything back on another piece of paper. So
got Scandinavian runes.
Yeah, Scandinavian runes. That's it. So it's looking kind of rough. Let's see. Is it stupid or operator error? It is stupid operator errors, Peg Leg. That's what it is.
Both on that one.
Exactly. Yep. Hey, I always tell everybody, I'm like, look, if you have any expectations about me, keep them low, because you will always be happy. I promise you. Yeah, Bubba, I was having a bit of internet issues, but I guess it's actually okay now, so we're actually doing pretty good. As long as you guys say the stream's doing good, then we're good to go. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about in the trucking industry lately. We've got a few things happening. I don't know if you guys know about the California 85 law that went into effect recently, but it's actually being reviewed again. So this 85 law is going to be reviewed on the 24th. It's actually going to be reviewed on the 23rd. The 24th, the Supreme Court justices are going to probably bring their deliberation to light. Could be pushed out to the 27th. This is a big deal, guys, because this is basically saying that if you hold a California CDL, California residence, you cannot operate in and out, be an owner-operator and lease onto a carrier and operate in and out of California. So this is a big deal. So we're looking at that. FMCSA has got, they've been on the hook with the DOT, Department of Transportation affiliates to try to govern all trucks by the first part of 2023. And happy Father's Day, Scott. Thanks, man. So that's a big deal as well. We're looking at this too. Nobody knows the speed. The suggested hearsay speed is 65. Now, how this is going to affect everybody is, you're going to have different mixed opinions about this. But in my opinion, if every CMB vehicle out here on the highways is governed at 65 or less, like, it's going to be a nightmare. Like, there's going to be so much road rage, so much anger, not just between drivers, but between the passenger vehicles themselves. And the thing about passenger vehicles is they don't really understand how we actually operate. Like, why is a truck slow? Why does it take a truck longer to stop? Why are these factors in place for us? Like, why are we different from the actual passenger vehicles? So they don't actually understand that. So taking and dialing everybody down to the same speed, I mean, I'm in a prime truck now, and if I have to pass somebody at 65, 9 times out of 10, they're going 64, 65, if not faster than me, where I can't even obviously pass them. It's like two turtles trying to pass each other. I mean, it's a nightmare. So if you take every single truck in America and you do that, bro, they're claiming it's going to be for safety reasons, for fuel economy, for the ozone layer, for the Green New Deal. It's garbage. And the thing that most people don't understand is everybody thinks when they read up on this issue, this has been going on just recently. No, FMCSA has been trying to push this since 2016. This is a big deal. So we've got that looking at, not to mention the crazy increase in fuel price. Just keeps going through the roof. It's nonstop. The big oil companies posted their profits the first part of the year, in the first quarter. Turns out that they are in the trillions of profits. Like, there's no reason. The crude oil barrel is not going up the same percentage as the actual finished product is. So it's actually on that demand rate, guys. So the economy is slipping into a state of regression right now, and we got to really be careful, because a lot of economists are saying that the economy can actually be on a state of depression, like that would make the Great Depression of the late 20s and 30s look like a bad Monday. So guys, don't be surprised if you're running for a carrier, or you're an owner op, or you're leased onto somebody and you're seeing freight dropping and stuff like that. It's happening everywhere. We actually got a fleet message at Prime saying the other day, like, hey, if the weekend dispatch says this is the best we got, then it's the best we got. Like, we're actually kind of you just got to keep it on the bright side, man, because I mean, it's not just everybody. It's not just one or two carriers. It's not just the small guys. It's not just the big guys. It's everybody. Everybody's feeling this hit a little bit, and I kind of think like it really is going to hit home to the smaller owner operator, the smaller companies. When COVID hit in 2020, and we started feeling the effects of those lockdowns, there was 800 plus small trucking companies with 100 trucks or less that went out of business, like within just a couple months. That's huge. And now you see a lot of these mega carriers turning around, or these larger companies buying out these smaller companies, because they can't sustain. They have no choice. It's either they go bankrupt or they sell. That's all there is to it. So guys, the industry is morphing and it's changing, but there's one thing that is for sure. And if you look at anything across America, the one industry that stayed together during COVID was trucking. Trucking is an industry that has to be, it is essential 100% to the economy. Anything that you use every single day, doesn't matter if you're holding your steering wheel, your phone, your radio, what food you get out of the stores, anything that's in your hand, your watch, anything, everything came by truck. Everything. somewhere transportation touched that item, had something to do with it. So when you look at it and you say, well, it's now a good time to get into trucking. If you're thinking about getting into trucking, yeah, it really is. Now is the time to get into trucking. This is an essential career. This is an essential industry. It still is very lucrative. And I think that when you start seeing smaller businesses and smaller companies going out of business, and I'm not preaching just for Prime, guys. I mean, believe me, I'm not at all. But when you see this happen, okay, the mega carriers are the ones that are going to be able to stay afloat. And the reason they are is because their infrastructure and their support and their resource systems are greater than these smaller carriers. They have a lot more to work with, and they have a lot more flexibility. So it doesn't matter if you're running for Swift, Prime, any of these larger companies, CR England, Knight, Hirschbach, whatever, these larger companies, guys, I encourage you, if you're new to the industry, you want to come into the industry, obviously I want you to come to Prime, okay, because I still feel like their training program is next to none. But I encourage you to try to go ahead and get your CDL now, as quickly as possible, and get set into this industry now, because it's going to get way worse before it gets any better. I'm going to tell you that right now. So it's one of those things that I've been actually pondering day after day. I mean, we see it every day out in the truck stops. You'll go to get one day that there will be a coffee creamer for the coffee. Next day there's nothing. I mean, look across America with the amount of farms and what was it, the production, the farming production houses, or the chicken houses and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
There's like been over 20 that have been burnt down in the last 6 months.
Yeah, like various food processing plants.
Like, come on, man. Like, you know good and well, if there were 20 houses that got burnt down, they would have found that arsonist. All right, something's going on. Something's up. I'm no QAnon conspiracy theorist, but I'm telling you, something's going on. So we're trying to be hindered by something, and I'm not going to get into the whole political thing of it, but guys, this industry, the fact I'm trying to make is this industry is solid. It's not going anywhere. Trucking is not going to go anywhere. And everybody says, well, what about the autonomous trucks and all this? Bro, give me a break. Yeah. Like, they still have to have people sitting in the seat for these trucks. Like, those things aren't going to do anything anytime soon. I mean, it's a joke. Like, really. It's going to be another, like, probably 30 years before you see an autonomous truck be able to just cut loose and take off. Like, seriously, no lies. So, and that's just my thoughts on everything. So, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
well, even if that kind of stuff does get off the ground anytime soon for like local type stuff,
right?
They still won't be able to put down the 3,000-4,000 mile runs in, like, I mean, hell, what, 8,000 miles in a week?
And that's the thing about it. Like, think about the infrastructure for this. So this truck, obviously autonomous, they want it completely autonomous. Like, there's nobody in that truck. How is this truck going to dock at a fuel island, fuel itself? So that brings the autonomous side of it back to the service side, which would be the fuel islands, the fuel pumps, stuff like that. Yeah. So the service side has to be autonomous as well. If there's not a driver there, like, most people don't even go that far into it. They're like, oh, self-driving truck, that's so cool. Yeah. That's it. It's cool. No.
It's like if it's electric, what happens when it runs out of
exactly. To juice ship, they got to pull up to that charger and get it charged.
Somebody's got to hook up to it. Like.
Exactly. So there's got to be, the human interaction is not going away anytime soon. So, and if there's an industry in the United States of America right now, and I feel pretty safe to say worldwide, that is untouchable, is trucking. It is the transportation industry. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're a rock hauler, whether you're a grain hauler, whether you're a reefer driver, flatbed, doesn't matter. I mean, it's a full circle industry. You have to have it. And if you think about it, trucking is not just the driver. Okay, trucking is so much more. There's so many fields in this industry that you can be a part of. So if you don't like, say you get your CDL and you don't like driving, you can go be a diesel mechanic. You can get it certified to be a ASE certified diesel mechanic. You can do anything. Like with Prime, there's so many options here at Prime. You know, there's so many drivers that don't drive anymore, and they work in-house. They work at the different terminals. They're actually pad instructors, examiners. I mean, guys, there's so many opportunities here. So if you're looking to get into this industry, is very lucrative, and it's very flexible for whatever you're looking for. So I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'm very blessed to have been part of this for as long as I have been, because I don't know, man, if me and my wife would have never made this jump, I don't know where in the world we would be at right now. Like, God gave us that opportunity, we took it, and He still gives us those opportunities every single day. And I can't be more happy and more blessed than what we are, because we're part of something that's not only indestructible in my eyes, but it's a family. This is a family career. I mean, it really is, because all these people, just like James, just like any of you guys, I mean, it's a huge infrastructure of family. That's it. I mean, we're all part of something bigger. You know, we're part of something greater, and that's what makes this industry so special. So it's that whole community of love, you know, with everybody. Let's see. Scott says, it says a lot about you to actually have an old trainee want to come back and hop on your truck again. Oh, I'm sure he wasn't willing. He didn't want to.
No, he just showed up at my house one day, grabbed up my
I was like, hey man, you're coming with me.
Yeah, I wasn't even awake.
I just dragged him out in like a sheet.
Yeah, I just woke up in the back of the truck. We were, halfway across freaking Arkansas. I was just along for the ride, man.
Get in here.
He's not really giving me a choice here.
Scott, happy Father's Day, brother. God bless, man. I appreciate you guys. Timothy says there's going to have special truck lanes on the freeway. And I thought about that as well, Timothy.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy, because you got to think, if they govern everybody down, I mean, how just the sheer thought of it is ludicrous in my mind. I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, we all know when you're on these highways like 75, 85, 65, 57, and there's 2 lanes on one side, northbound, southbound, eastbound, or westbound, 2 lanes on the other side. You're thinking to yourself, if there's 2 trucks that are 65, and obviously they're pacing each other, they can't do anything. Well, one of them's heavier than the other. They're waiting on a downhill so one can speed past them. All right. That is going to create an immense problem. Okay. Not to mention, but nobody's even discussed this lately, the construction. Okay. Since COVID happened and all these lockdowns started, construction has been a nightmare. 10, 15, 20 miles of cones and barrels, lanes shut down, and nobody is doing anything. It is insane. I do not understand. My thought is like, whoever is orchestrating all of this never drives these highways.
No.
Because the places that are doing construction, they ride better than the places they're not doing construction. And I don't understand. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, do these DOT managers even like drive these roads?
Well, it's like if you're driving through Kansas on 70.
Oh yeah.
There's a stretch where it's just, they got a whole side of the highway shut down, just to try and repave something. But then, I mean, when you're 20 miles west of Topeka, I mean, I'm getting thrown out of the damn seat.
Oh yeah.
Because the road's so
24
bad.
right there at the Kentucky-Tennessee line.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, dude, there's ditches.
Yeah.
There's ditches in the road, like literally. I watched the Challenger.
Mile marker 54 to 48.
Yeah,
same way,
nuts.
dude. It's horrible.
And you have to basically get in that left lane or you're dead. Like, your truck is gone.
Well, yeah, like you gotta be in the left lane going uphill doing 45 miles an hour, and you gotta just make everybody else go around, go through these freaking.
So I was riding at night, and I think Angel was still in the truck. We were on the way home or something for home time, but I hit that left lane because it was so bad. And there was a Challenger behind me that shot out around me, and I'm like, buddy, I'm sorry, man. I can't destroy my truck.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't say that, and I can't get on the radio like, hey, Challenger, sorry about that.
My bad.
Yeah, I didn't mean to block you off. But he hit this ditch. Like, it's literally a ditch in the road.
You got canyons in the
It's
road.
where the asphalt has basically collapsed, where they met the two pavements. He hit it so hard, I saw his headlights up under his tires. He went airborne for like half a second. And I was like, oh my God, like, you gotta be kidding me. This is so unsafe. Like, they work on the parts of the highways that don't need to be worked on. It's the same thing with the toll roads. Like 76 through PA is nuts. Like, that's the most expensive toll road in America. And it's trash.
It's still going to destroy your
It's
truck.
garbage.
Yeah, it's
like,
horrible.
please, here's 100, 200, 300, 400.
Yeah.
Yes, please, let me destroy my truck. Thank you.
70 eastbound and westbound, honestly. 70 like all the way through fucking East Colorado.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
nuts.
horrible. You got to ride that left lane. It's still bad.
It is. It's really nuts.
It's
It's been nuts. So, guys, let's see what else is going on here. All right, Chris Timms, thank you, man. Happy Father's Day, brother. God bless. Bull of the Woods, happy Father's Day, brother. God bless. Scott Williams, let's go, Brandon. 10-4, buddy. Bull of the Woods, Father's Day grub, pork loin, and I'm thinking that's fried green beans, not friend. If you have friends that are green beans, I'm all for it, but I'm thinking that's fried. Oh, he says fresh. Okay. Just DOA speed limit 70 miles an hour. That's not going to happen in toll booth. It's going to be less than that. I can promise you that. Pulling a General Lee with a pothole. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it's like every single time. It's you're going to go airborne if you're on that stretch of 24. It's nuts. Southbound and northbound, it's really bad.
No, it's horrible.
But I think what the overview as far as the construction goes is in my mind is like, okay, if you can't finish 1 or 2 miles of construction, Like, you can't actually finish it and complete it. Why would you block down 10, 15, 20 miles of highway, not narrow the lanes, make it harder for drivers to be able to commute where they need to go because of all the backups, make it more dangerous because of all these lane shifting, narrower lanes. These people, you can't control the way people drive.
They got people driving on the damn rumble strips because they got half a lane shut down.
Exactly, and the cones, the barrels are like over the line, like in your lane.
Yeah,
so like, you just see them all they're all over the road.
It's like you either got to drive 8 inches off the grass on one side or just take cones out all the way down the
it's
highway.
nuts. And I'm going to actually do a video on this construction deal. But my thing is like, I'm just trying to figure out like, what sparked all this during COVID? So when everybody lost their jobs or got sent home or these businesses shut down, obviously everybody went home, right? And they said, well, you know what? Now I got time to do this project at home. I got time to do this. So I'm thinking that's what the government was thinking. It was like, okay, there's a lot less people on the road. We're going to go ahead and try to fix our infrastructure a little bit. We're going to try to work on these highways a little bit. Well, they just set everything in place, but they stopped working on them. Yeah. So it turned into a massive ploy for initiative, but then it turns out like, hey, we don't have the manpower to do it now because nobody wants to work. So now we have,
or because nobody's allowed to work,
or nobody's allowed to work. Yeah. So especially being government funded, you know, if you're with the government at all. So you're talking about 20 miles of highway that's shut down. I mean, they shut down 10 the other night. They shut it down like between what was it? Was it Beaumont? Wasn't Beaumont? It was right east of Beaumont.
Yeah.
We had to go all the way around.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we had to go all the way around and come back. Shut 10 down completely. Yeah. Like, you shut a major highway down, a major artery between the southeast and Texas down completely, and had to go all the way around like a 20-mile detour. Yeah. I mean, it's nuts.
Well, it's either there, you got to go all the way up to freaking Dallas and look south.
Let's see. Timothy says it was all that COVID money they sent out and tucked away. They had to spend it to give it back. Exactly. But you know what they should have done? They should have paid on the national debt. That's what they should have done. Yeah. What's the national debt up to? Like,
oh, dude, it's a shit. It's
like $833 trillion or something like that.
It's some ridiculous.
Ridiculous, yeah. But we're gonna pay off everybody's student loans. Let's do that. That sounds great. Oh, and daylight savings time is law now. So yeah, don't forget getting that extra.
Fix that. Don't worry about
it. Yeah. Forget getting that extra hour of sleep in the fall.
20,
you can hang that up.
23 point. Oh wait, no, that's okay. Let's see. What is this?
Let's get some updated numbers.
$30.5 trillion ish. So it's $91,500 for every single person that lives in the U.S.
Really? That's it? 30? I thought it was like.
Dude, this time last year was like 10 trillion less than that.
Oh my God. So it's in the 30 trillion mark now. So it's just an insane amount of money.
When I was in high school, it was like 14.
So every taxpayer in America, if we had $92,000 apiece, we could pay off the national debt. Yeah. I'm going to try to get my loan tomorrow. Wait a minute. That's not going to work.
No, yeah.
I'm going to borrow the money to pay the money that's already been borrowed.
Yeah, no, because then they'll just fucking send it somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah. Ooh, I can call a student loan. Maybe they'll pay it off.
Oh, shit. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Because I paid my 91 grand in, 92 grand in.
I'm not getting a mortgage. I'm actually getting a $600,000 student loan.
Exactly. Exactly. That makes sense. 100%. But guys, it's just, everything just seems to be bass backwards in society right now. It's really weird. But the one thing that is going to be a mainstay in society, and I can promise you this, is going to be trucking. So it's not going to be, if you're looking to come into the industry and you're watching this video now or you're watching it later, I can promise you this is going to be a mainstay in America. It's going to be trucking for a long, long time. Now, we might have to evolve a little bit. We might have to change the way we do things. And it's an ever-changing industry, and that's why I always tell you guys, knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you grow. Don't ever stop growing. Don't ever stop seeking out that knowledge. Don't just watch this channel. Watch every other channel. I mean, guys, learn as much as you can every single day, because the more you know, the better off you're going to be, and the safer and more efficient and consistent operator you're going to be. And it doesn't matter what part of the industry you're in, whether you're a driver, you're a broker, whatever you're doing, just do it to the best of your ability and always do the next right thing. So trucking is always going to be here, guys. I don't see trucking going anywhere. This is the glue that keeps America going, 100%, whether it's food, pharmaceuticals, building materials, no matter what it is. I mean, it is the glue that keeps America rolling.
Well, it's like, even just as a driver, there's probably 20 different versions of this you can do. There's reefer, dry van, freaking flatbed, there's bull racks, there's
hopper bottoms, you got freaking
covered wagons,
you got anything. You can do anything.
I mean, you got everything, and it's like
dump truck. I mean, it's like bus. Whatever you want to do. And
it's like, even now, I've only been doing this for June. 10 months.
Right.
I think I started in September. So about 9 or 10 months now.
Right.
And I've got flatbed and reefer. So it's like I go to a different company. I've got 2 different divisions.
Got that experience,
I can get into. And it's like, I mean, you figure out shit with like hauling a bull rack. Figure out how to do that. Those guys make pretty damn good money.
Oh, yeah.
And they do fucking 90 everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like you drive a hopper bar, you can go to, haul mulch, rocks, or,
with somebody about sideswiped the entire truck before we got here doing about 90, so I'm not really happy about that. I was pretty upset. I was pretty mad.
Hey, one thing about those bull racks, man, they're pretty good drivers, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a problem with a bull rack.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, you get on a wide open stretch of highway, I mean, do your thing. But stay in your lane. I mean, this guy almost sideswiped the entire left side of our truck. And I was inching over as far as I could. I was laying on the air horn the entire time. And of course he had no radio. And if he did, he wasn't going to respond. But I mean, there's no reason to drive like that. There's no reason to drive recklessly. Driving fast is one thing, driving recklessly is a totally different thing. So
it's like these daggone bull racks. I was up in South Dakota a while ago on 90, and I was driving on black ice.
Oh wow.
Didn't realize it. For about 10 miles.
When you get out on an off ramp or something, take a leak, and you like almost slide away from your door. Yeah, you're on black ice.
I was driving. I was coming cresting a hill, and I went to try and just hit the brakes, and freaking steering went 90 degrees, and I didn't slow down.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was terrifying. And
I know that your heart was beating like crazy.
Yeah, so I pulled over on the shoulder, trying to figure out what to do. Use the rumble strips to slow down, and freaking bull rack 95 mile an hour was flying by.
Whoa, just skating.
Yeah, straight as an arrow. Those guys are. I mean, you're either like a normal human that feels fear, or you drive a fucking bull rack, and there's no in between.
Autonomous bull hauler.
Yeah, those guys are insane, man. Like, that's one thing that nobody can, like, no machine can replace those guys.
That's nuts.
They're all like 90.
They really are. Those guys like that run, especially when they run within a state and they're kind of ELD and log exempt. Those guys are running constantly, so they're really kind of like the last.
They're like the last flame
classic trucker.
Yeah, like what trucking used to be.
So.
Where it's like, I put 900 miles down in 11 hours.
Timothy says those bull racks have to drive fast. They have to stay out in front of smell the bullshit.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, man.
They do, but also, too, is, you got to think with that livestock, the tendency with bulls and cattle are, if one dies, the others start to die. Yeah. So the longer that they are in that confined space, the higher risk of them dying is as well. So it's really, really bad. So they have a lot on their plate. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I have no experience in that side of the industry, they're actually responsible for it. So the driver is actually responsible. Every head of cattle that dies, they have to pay that cut. So that's a big deal. Let's see. Brian Walton, hope all is well. Thank you, brother. Hope all is well with you, man. Happy Father's Day. Let's see. Timothy says they're getting that COVID money back on fuel and everything else. Oh yeah. Why does he have 150,000? Toll Booth Junior says, 15,000. That's what safety wanted him to do. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I switched from flatbed to reefer after 4 months of being solo, and after 3 months of TNT just about? Yeah, like the whole of October, November, and December.
Right.
And then, so I had about 7 months and probably 90,000 miles. No, I didn't do 61,000 miles in 4 months. Probably around like the 50 or 60,000 range.
Right.
And I just told my fleet manager I'm tired of these damn shippers and receivers with Prime, dude. They're ridiculous.
Right. On
the flatbed side, it's not like if it's not the wait times, it's getting them loaded in the middle of the street. You have a blind side into a 4-lane street in the middle of a busy town in California.
That's one thing we should really do, especially since I had so much experience on flatbed and reefer. Now we should I'm gonna do a collaboration video like flatbed versus reefer, pros and cons. So that'll give the new guys coming into the industry a view of like what to expect, like reality wise. Everybody can sit there and say all day long, the reefer's better. No, reefer's not better. Okay, everybody can say all day long, flatbed's better. Yeah, it is better.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. but seriously, guys, each division has its perks. Okay, and it's all about what fits you best. I love flatbed. I miss it every single day. It was 113 degrees in Laredo the other day. I did not miss it that day because I didn't have to tarp anything.
Oh hell!
So
I was unstrapping a load of pipe down there in Santa Ana, dude. 102 degrees in February.
Felt like you were gonna die.
No, I thought I was going to. I was sitting there unstrapped in the shade. I was still sweating my nuts off.
Nuts, yeah, it's crazy, bro.
But after all that,
what is it right now in Nebraska? 105. It is 105 in Nebraska. Check this out. I'm gonna try not to cut the stream off. Hold on. And we are idling. By the way. I am not playing with this APU today. No way. is 105 in Nebraska.
Of all places, too. It's like, bro,
yeah, of all places, Nebraska.
It doesn't get hot in the middle of nowhere. Everybody knows that.
Exactly. Why would the weather up here be hot? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
So guys, we've got a lot of topics to work with in the next coming weeks about videos and stuff like that. And if you guys have any suggestions, please put them in the comments, guys. I'm going to start doing a series as well as I'm going to start doing video responses to comments, and especially the real derogatory ones. I love those. You know, the whole prom's a joke. Please remember I mortgaged everything. Yeah. I don't know why I'm starting to talk like Trump, but that's just the way it is. It's terrible what these people are doing. But yeah, I love the derogatory comments. I love the haters. That's the best thing about being at Prime, is being that underdog. Because you get to walk that line every day and everybody's like, you don't make no money. Like, please remember I mortgaged everything. Like, I don't know, I picked up a mortgage while I've been at Prime. I don't know, I didn't mortgage everything though, so.
Just one.
Yeah, just one. I'm working on my second one. I'm gonna work. Yeah,
you're getting there.
Thinking like maybe the mountains, you know, Cozumel,
like,
something.
Give me about 4 years. How about 15 mortgages? Right?
Yeah, give me 4 more years. I'll have a couple more mortgages. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll be about $15 million in debt.
Yeah, working on that bet now. I'm gonna get my private jet, helicopter.
Yeah, dude. You're gonna get that freaking jet stream, bro. Trying to be Jeff Bezos. It's gonna be sick.
But seriously, guys, I mean, Prime's been very, very good to us.
My dad drives for rail, and you and I both know people that drive for other companies and stuff. And honestly, what I've been hearing, Prime's still kind of the best off.
Yeah.
I mean, rail. My dad drives. He does reefer and drive van for rail because their drivers just do both. And they'll still. I mean, he was sitting for a whole. Well, no, he wasn't sitting for a whole weekend because they give him fucking.
As far as mega carriers go, okay.
Yeah,
now,
as far as mega carriers.
Yeah,
go.
obviously we're not out here pulling $10 a mile. You know, like the owner ops are. Okay, I know there's a lot of guys that are gonna be in the comments. Oh, crank my truck up for no less than $6 a mile, and y'all can have that $1.80 mile freight. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I don't care. Whatever.
I'll still gross $400,000 a year.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't give a shit.
Exactly. But so and like, you know, have all the discounts and all the perks of, you know, being with the company, but still have some freedom as well.
I'll pay $2 less per gallon than you. So okay.
Yeah, and it's just like with any company or any situation, it's whatever works best for you. And a lot of people don't realize that. They just look at it as like, oh, it's Prime, it's garbage. I heard my cousin's uncle's brother, sister's husband say that. You know, so it's got to be true.
I bumped into a guy at a
very, very reputable.
I bumped into a guy at a Flying J up in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and he said he didn't really like Prime that much.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Shit, they suck.
Yeah, he said he heard something from his neighbor about him, and he wouldn't do it.
He heard a guy in a truck across the parking lot saying that he didn't like Prime. So they're not good.
Exactly.
But like at rail, they sent out, I told you about it when we were sitting down there.
So listen to this. Listen to this.
They sent out a fleet-wide message, not just, to like my dad or one single person. They sent out a fleet-wide message to their entire fleet saying that if anybody was sitting with no freight, this is what, on Friday?
Last Friday.
On a Friday.
Yep.
They were like, if anybody's sitting right now, like if anybody's sitting for the day with no freight, you're going to be sitting for at least the weekend because they didn't have shit. They had nothing.
Yeah, nothing. No freight, yeah.
I mean, like, because
and that's another large carrier. Rail's a large carrier.
That's a big thing for them too, because I told you they have that contractor fleet where they have independent like owner operators that they essentially run contracts with to haul their freight, like repower shit for them, even if they take a loss.
So it's kind of like the A fleet with Prime. They have their own authority and everything. They just contract with Rail to run the surplus stuff. Yeah,
and Rail will run that stuff at a loss. They don't care.
As long as it just need to get it moved.
They just need to keep their contracts going. Yeah, so they'll move freight at a loss, and they still had nothing.
Yeah, so that speaks volumes, guys, about how the economy's doing and what's going on out here on these highways. Yeah. And we really got to think to ourselves, like, if you're already here in this industry and you're not making that banger perfect week like you want, or you're not making that fantastic month like you had hoped,
you're not getting that $100,000 a month or anything.
Just say a prayer and feel blessed that you're still working, because there's a lot of people that are going to be losing their homes, their jobs, everything here pretty soon. I mean, it's going to get better before it gets worse. Not trying to be negative Nelly. I'm just telling you guys, the best thing for us to do now as operators, whether you're company, lease, owner op, whatever, is position yourself into a place of security with a carrier that will actually be able to have your back. So whether it's Prime, Swift, anywhere, my advice right now with the way everything is move towards that sector, because you're going to need that support. You're going to need those resources. You're going to need that backing, because it's probably going to get ugly. It's probably going to get worse than what it was in 2020 when all the lockdowns hit. Okay. So, and I hate to say that, but with freight dying off like it is, it's going to get better before it gets worse. So guys, it's been 35 minutes. I was hoping to keep it like kind of short. I'm going to run through the chat real quick. And see, in CDL school, Bud, to come out and drive with you guys. Oh, okay, in CDL school, Bud, to come out with you guys. Oh, that's stupid. Awesome, Brian. Yeah, can't wait to see you out here, man. Definitely. Rich, yo, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
Make sure you use that referral
Timothy's,
code.
yeah. Make sure, yeah. Don't forget that referral code, DEDWWE.
Oh yeah, WRJAMW. Yeah, don't forget it.
And Toll Booth is going to throw his down there too, I'm sure. Let's see, Timothy Turbo. He says 89 in Vegas. How is it 89 in Vegas?
Oh, it's fucking desert. That's why.
What?
Yeah,
oh man, I bet it feels so good at night
dude,
too.
Dude, when Dale and I were running out in Arizona, dude, it was like fucking what, 40 degrees.
Oh
out there.
man, that would be awesome.
And then we were coming across Kentucky, and it was like 80.
That's what I like, man. It's like 25, 30 degrees at night. You can stick your hand out, like we were just talking about this. Like you're kind of getting sleepy, you know. You're kind of nodding a little bit. Stick your hand out the window, like slap yourself with a cold hand, bro. That's the best way to wake up.
That shit comes in clutch, man.
It does. It's really good. I like it.
That's that night shift here.
I like it, Picasso.
I like it, Picasso.
Let's see. Scott says, I drive locally now, and I can see the freight getting less and less every week. I pick up at the shop this week and makes matches, and they just laid off 8 people this week. See, Scott's even feeling it. I mean, he's in a whole different sector of the industry right now. So, I mean, that's a local operator, guys. So if Scott's telling you that, I mean, this is real. It's nationwide. It's not going to stop. So, it's going to be tough. The weather won't last long.
Dude, I cannot wait for it to get cold again. Oh my god, man.
Right.
Well, it's like I was talking to you about it a little while ago. I'm not sure if I really have the luxury of doing this once I go solo again.
Right.
But I really want to tell them just to keep me west of Missouri.
Right.
You know, especially in the winter.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously, you know, it's down in California. Fuck that. It still gets hot.
Yeah, it gets really hot.
But it's like freaking running up here in 80 and 90. Oh, that's my happy
place.
place.
That's your happy place, yeah.
Place, man.
So you want to be from, like, basically, like, Wisconsin west, up like,
yeah,
boom.
like Wisconsin to Washington, and then, like...
Washington, Oregon... Idaho, Montana, the Dakotas,
basically
Wisconsin. That's all you want.
Yeah, like Wisconsin to Washington, Idaho to like Arizona.
There you go. There you
That's
go.
what I want right there.
Nice.
That's my happy place.
Is trucking where I should go, or should I keep my job I have now? Well, Brian, let's. I'm going to talk about this real quick. What do you want out of trucking? What are your goals? And that's what I tell everybody is don't just come to trucking because you see a couple YouTube videos and you see shiny trucks and you see guys like me that are taking the time out of our lives to give you guys this information and you think, well, that would be cool. What are your goals? Are your goals to find a career that you can actually fit in and enjoy? Because that was my thing. I wanted a career that I could actually enjoy. And I wanted the freedom to be able to say, hey, it's time to go home and it's time to go home. That's why I went lease. I never went lease thinking there would be any more money in it. I never did. So before you say, should you go into trucking, think to yourself, what am I going to get out? What do I want out of it? Like, think about that. To make enough money to take care of my family. Well, Brian, like I said, I'll tell you this. It's very lucrative out here. There's tons of money out here in the trucking industry. Yes, things are changing right now. But like I said before, trucking is going to be a mainstay in America, no matter what. No matter what happens, trucking's not going anywhere. We might adjust. We might shift angles. We might grow in a different direction. We're not going anywhere. Trucking's not going anywhere. I can promise you that. So you will never see trucks get off the road. I mean, look at COVID. We were driving through LA during COVID lockdowns. Bro, trucks everywhere, no passenger vehicles. Like, we still had to do our jobs. We still had to deliver that freight, and it's never going to stop. So, Brian, if you want a mainstay that's a sure thing, trucking's probably it. I can go ahead and tell you that right now.
Well, it's like, during COVID, obviously the rates tanked. Even I knew that. I wasn't even in this industry, and I knew the rates were tanking.
And that's the thing about it with Prime. When COVID happened and the rates tanked, we still made amazing money.
Yeah, and
that's the thing.
And it's like, well, every time something like that happens, you had like the 800 companies under 100 trucks that went out of business and all this stuff. Every time something like this happens, I don't want to say it's good for this industry, but like, you know, it's sort of like a refresh.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a turnover.
It's kind of resets. Yeah.
It's like if you can weather through that, whatever 6, 7, 8 months of just horrible rates and everything like that. After that, it's insane. I mean, because because
then you're back at that growth point again.
Yeah, well, because I mean, this was 2020, so I wasn't even old enough to have to drive interstate yet.
Right.
But
it was just a wee little grasshopper.
Yeah, I'm only 22 years old, man.
Really? Man, I'll be 40 in November, bro.
I was probably the youngest motherfucker on that training pad when I was doing.
Shut up.
But it's like, I mean, like I was following a lot of other guys who were, you know, in trucking.
Right.
And obviously the rates tanked. You have people deadheading 1,000 miles.
Oh yeah.
At a decent rate.
Oh yeah.
But then those months where everything started opening back up again, things started like moving again. Dude, it was, you know, $6-7 a mile.
Yeah.
I don't know about it Prime.
Well, no. I mean, you know, on the reefer side, like when I swapped the reefer before Christmas, I mean, we were seeing seriously owner-operator, like,
just ridiculous
competitive rates. And now we're still at that, you know, almost $3 a mile threshold average. So we're still doing very, very good. And it's not, you might not always get that load that you want. You might not always get to the area that you want, but you're going, Prime works very hard. And you guys got to think about this, man. I can just, okay, I'm not going to, you know what? We're going to save it for another video. Because this is just going to keep going. This is just going to, it's just, I told him, I was like, bro, we're going to make this a 30-minute video. We're going to take off. He's like, yeah, that's what you said last time we did a live. He's like, it ended up being like 2 hours, bro. Like, give me a break. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So, guys, it's been great. Let me check the chat again one more time. Let's see. To make enough money, take care of family, Brian, you can actually do that. But it's about if you're going to actually want to enjoy it as well, if you're going to be able to enjoy it. Scott says trucking is a lifestyle. Don't go trucking just for money. You will never make it as a truck driver if you go there for just money. Exactly, Scott. You got to have your heart into it. And that's the same thing with training, anything. Yeah. Don't do it just for money. No, Brian, no, please. This is what I want. I want you guys to actually comment, man. I mean, I believe me, if I had all day, if I could get you guys to stay captivated for 24 hours, I would just keep talking. Like, seriously.
Set the phone up, driving down the road.
I don't want to hear myself talk for this long. Like, I don't know what is wrong with you people. But I do appreciate it. So, but I do have to catch myself. Like, I'm like, oh man, I'm rambling. So, but there's so much information out there. I could literally just set up a live feed 24/7, wake up out of bed and be like, all right, guys, this is what I'm thinking today. This is how the industry's looking, you know. And I could really just sit here and talk to you guys constantly because there's just so much information.
8 hours and you're talking about who killed JFK.
Yeah, exactly. It just turns out the fuel prices, and then we turn around, you know, and we're talking about Malcolm X, man. I mean, it's just it all links together somehow. So, but guys, thank you so much for all your continued support. Brian, don't apologize about anything, and I wish you the best of luck. My contact info is going to be in the description. So if you need any help, Brian, anybody else, reach out to me, and I will definitely contact you back, and we'll get the ball rolling. I help you with whatever I can help you with. RJ, you like reefer versus flatbed? I like trucking. Let's put it that way. But no, flatbed's where my heart is. I love flatbed.
I miss flatbed, just not for Prime.
Yeah, I love flatbed. I really do.
It's cool as hell, man.
So it is very cool. And it's, your truck looks cooler. Yeah. The loads look cooler. It's more of a challenge because you're not just opening doors.
You're inherently better than everyone else.
Yeah, and you're like I mean, when you're flatbed or you're oversized, or you're a low boy or whatever, you're open deck. You're like the freaking, you're like a gladiator, man. I mean, this is the way you feel.
You're just like a higher peg of society.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, your chest is a little more bowed out when you're walking up to the truck stop. You feel like you just got through lifting like 3 sets of weights, you know, every single time.
Covered
like
head to toe in
when
dust.
I'm reefer, I'm like doing my best. I catch myself trying to not look reefer. Like, seriously, that's what I do.
Oh yeah. It's like, oh man, I gotta
when I get out of the truck, I'm like, no, okay, don't flip flops.
You gotta walk like a lap around the parking lot real quick.
Yeah, make it look like I just did something.
Yeah, you gotta get way away from the truck.
Just go start like randomly tightening down people's chains and stuff on the trailers. Like, what are you doing? I'm just trying to relive my past.
Like, hey, I got it, man. Don't even worry about it. Just crank that bitch.
I got you, fam. I got you.
Just walk around with a winch bar in your hand.
Exactly, yeah. But I mean, I enjoy trucking, period. If it would have been for Angel coming out on the road, my wife coming out on the road with me and teaming with me, I probably never would have made the switch to reefer. And I'm not saying I did it just for her.
Yeah, that was the only reason. So if you bully her in public.
Yeah, exactly. Take it out on her. No. We had a lot of things, you know, to consider as well. And but with her coming out was kind of like the final push. I was like, all right, we're going to do this, because she couldn't do flatbed. She loves flatbed, but she couldn't do it. So there's no way she could have done it by herself. So, you know, with the issues she has, stuff like that, and it just, you know, I don't know, man. It was just one of them spur of the moment things. Everything kind of collided all at once, and we did it. Every time, though, I'm looking at a flatbed truck right now with looks like a Valley, Nebraska irrigation load.
Oh, that looks like a nightmare.
And like I miss it. Like I love it. Every time I see a flatbed load pass, I'm critiquing them. You know, looking at Securement, looking at that stuff. So,
dude,
but I got a love for trucking. Like, period. Like, most people say, well, I only like flatbed. I don't like this. I don't like this. Guys, we all have a part to play in this industry. Every single one of us. It doesn't matter if you're a dry van, if you're haul grain, a hopper bottom, coal, whatever you're hauling, man. I mean, you have a part to play in this industry, and it takes all of us. So I definitely do miss flatbed, though, 100%. So once reefer's tired of me, I guess I might have to do something. Yeah, JDQ, make a dang video, bro. Yeah, not just me. Look at you. JDQ's going back flatbed, so we'll see if he gets carried off with a tarp again. Let's see. I've been crazy busy, bro. There will be one coming out soon, though. See, at least I didn't lie to you guys like JDQ. I haven't been crazy busy. I've just been lazy. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I've just been lazy.
You've just been playing Call of Duty for like 4
yeah, playing Call of Duty.
hours.
Yeah, I've just been straight lazy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Eric and Jenna. Yeah, I think Eric just needs to come back, man. To be honest with you, he really does. I'm just messing with you, JDQ. You know I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I got to bust you out there. I said it at the beginning of the video, though. You know the mess I've been dealing with. Yeah, you know all those flatbed mess. Yeah, I know. I don't have to worry about that.
Nice and clean.
But no, I said at the video. I actually said at the beginning of the video I've just been lazy. So the few little videos I did drop was like, you know, man, I was like, oh man, I want to do these. Yeah.
He's showing me videos like you were showing me videos.
I was like, yeah, man, check this video out. I dropped like, he's like, what, the one 5 months ago? Like, what are you doing?
You were showing me clips the other day from freaking like clips we were recording in New Hampshire back in.
Oh yeah, I still have them. Yeah,
October.
We got a rolled roofing video. I got to do with me and James. Oh my god, bro! I got like so much footage.
Ago.
It is so weird. I got so much footage. But guys, it's 46 minutes in. Much love, guys. Thank you so much for your support. I ain't flatbed yet, finishing with a student, then going over. But since we shut down, I'll probably make one here shortly. You better, bud. You better. We'll be looking for it. Guys, go check out JDQ Transportation. Check out Toll Booth Gimme. Check out Rich River Smokers, West Virginia. All of these guys have great YouTube channels, guys. Tons of information out there. Don't forget that this community is way larger than just this channel here. And you'll see a lot of great stuff in the description there. A lot of good links. So, and also, if you want to be part of the BigWheelZ Life360 page, please send me a message, an email, text me something, and I'll send you a link to the Life360. So thank you so much once again, guys. God bless. Stay safe. Fr8, Fuzz, we're out of here. What was that?